Okay, so in this recording, I'm going to cover my phone again because I wanted to go into a little bit more detail as to what happened with it. And I also wanted to remind people that I had this happen to two phones in the past, and I recorded both times it happened. But I think I lost the video in which I recorded it happening with my iPhone. And that was a better video than the one with the Android phone that I actually somehow managed to hold on to. So the reason why I lost it was because it was on an older phone, and I think what happened was that I wanted to clear memory on the phone and I accidentally wiped it. I think that's what happened, because I always had like these memory constraint issues, because like especially years ago, because I would record so many videos that I would just use up all the memory. I think I accidentally wiped it or something happened with that. So I lost that video, but I still have the video, the Android phone video. So I kept that video. I made sure I kept that video after I wiped. I think I erased the other one, but I still have the one with the Android phone, and I am going to put a link to that video in the comment section. Not in the comment section, but in like the description section, so that people can go to the description and just click that link and, you know, watch the video for themselves. So first, let me just say that, you know, I've had this happen 3 times, and it's so unusual. I'm pretty sure it is connected to the operation. If it was just like a random glitch that, you know, just happens all the time, I wouldn't be as suspicious. But it was so calculating, and when things like that happen, it happens in a calculating way. It doesn't happen in a random way. And I've never heard of a situation in which your phone malfunctions the way my phone malfunctioned. I've never heard of a phone malfunction in the way it malfunctioned with the iPhone or the Android phone, as a matter of fact. So I think this is a very new situation. That's why I'm just like, well, it seems pretty obvious that they did something to it. I don't know if they're using cell towers, because I'm guessing that you can probably just insert the malware through a cell tower, because all cell phones are connected to a cell tower. So you could just, you know, I actually read somewhere that the government can do some, you know, they can eavesdrop, or they can connect to your phone and hack your phone through cellular cell towers, or through your cellular service. That would mean that even if I wiped it, they could just reinsert the malware back onto the phone, because the phone will always be connected to a cellular tower. And even if you remove the SIM, your phone is still connected to a cellular tower. Even if you take the SIM out, it's still connected. So we don't know what kind of capabilities the government has for surveillance. After the Patriot Act was signed, I mean, it was just open season. Once they signed the Patriot Act, it was over. I mean, they could pretty much do anything now. And they've been working on all sorts of technology to just eavesdrop, spy, and do stuff like that with Americans. They had, what has it been, over 20 years to develop state-of-the-art technology to spy on us and to do exactly what they're doing right now. Except they don't target criminals, they target whoever they want to target. So now the bad guys have the tools that the good guys are only supposed to have. So that's with the phones. Okay, I do have a video of it happening with my backup Android phone, and that was a backup phone, but I was using it to I think I was writing an article on Reddit, and I was complaining because I got burned with the activation lock. It was like an activation lock. I bought an iPad, and the iPad had been factory reset, factory wiped, and the Game Stalkers still managed to do an activation lock, even though it had been factory reset, which isn't supposed to be possible. And I was complaining about that, and they were trolling me while I was complaining about that. So if you go and look at the video, you'll know that I was already upset. So the Game Stalkers do evil things to get you upset, because for some reason, they enjoy you being upset. They're very sadistic people, so they're trying to constantly do evil things to get under your skin, to piss you off. So like if they do something like ruin or brick your phone, they're gonna do whatever they can to troll you after the fact. So someone in the comment section has said that I should just reset it. And that seemed like a pretty innocent comment, but like in the video itself, like I said that I'd factory wiped it, so I didn't know nobody would say that, and I don't know. Like, I'm not going to get into that, but of course I would reset it. Of course I would do that. I mean, that's the first thing anybody would do in a situation like that. So I don't know if this person is suggesting that I'm super paranoid and I'm just like, oh, gang stalkers everywhere. Gang stalkers did this. Gang stalkers are responsible for me losing a sock in the washing machine or something. I don't know. But I just want to remind people that these things, I do my research with these things. Like, I'm not going to just jump to the conclusion that the gang stalkers are responsible for something that can easily be explained away, right? So with the phone, I've had other incidents with phones that were very similar, and I can prove that, and I'm going to put a link in the description on this video that shows that something very similar happened with my other phones, okay? So once you see that, you'll know that this is not me just saying, oh, the gang stalkers are behind this. The gang stalkers seem to be connected to every single thing I do. I'm not even joking. Like, there's nothing that goes on in my life that they're not connected to. And they walk by, they say little things like if I'm pissed off, they walk by, they'll try to piss me off, then they'll walk by, say some antisocial comment that's directed at me passive aggressively. Like, they'll try to pretend they're talking about someone else or talking to their kids, and they'll say something that they know is directed at me, and they know that I'll hear it, and they'll know that I'll know it's directed at me, and they'll have that idiot grin on their face when they do that. Okay, it's the same sort of thing over and over again. And there are a lot of things about the situation with my phone that I'm not even really discussing because they're personal, but the gang stalkers want me to know that they're responsible for what happened with the phone. Trust me when I tell you, they are making it very clear that they're responsible for what happened. So with the phone, and the phone is done. There is no way anybody can use that phone now. It's done. So I don't know if when I bought the phone, that person was responsible for it, or whether, when I got it, they were tampering with it. I don't know. But they're responsible for what happened with the phone is what I'm saying. And that's it. Like, it's obvious, and I'm saying that because I have evidence to back that up. I mean, I have 2 more videos. It shows the exact sort of weird thing happening. And with those phones, they went back to normal, and I can just use them again. And I never had major problems with them. So I don't think that it's a hardware or software issue. So I wanted to be clear about that in case anybody is just like, well, I know I always have people who are kind of like trying to defend these people, or try to say that, it's probably not them and it's probably something small or insignificant that happened, and I'm just overblowing it or overstating this matter. And I'm saying that it's not like that. And like I said in the other recording, honestly, as far as the content goes, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I care, but I don't. I mean, as far as this world is toxic, I don't really know what to do about that. Like, I just don't want to be a part of it. I always seem to find myself being pulled into it. I don't really want to be a part of the world. The world is just so obvious. It's so obvious that the world is toxic now. But yeah, they did what they did. That's it. There's nothing accidental about that. Like, I could record it again, or I could show you again, and the phone was reset multiple times. Then it was factory wiped. It didn't change anything. The phone is finished. That's it. It's finished. And I have other videos that are, well, at least one more video, I had 2, that shows something very similar that is happening with another phone. What are the odds? What are the odds? And it just so happened to happen right when I was typing. Right when I was typing a complaint, when I was upset. And they thought it would be funny if they just messed with me while I was doing it. They thought that would be funny. But all of this is coordinated, is calculated. It's not just like I randomly had a problem with a phone. So I just wanted to make that clear so that people understand what I'm saying here. I mean, that's the point of the channel. I mean, of course, nothing is going to come out of it because I do this all the time. I've been doing this for years. But I mean, yeah, like someone said, I mean, you made the channel, and it made sense for you to make the channel, and it made sense for you to try to do something about this. Fair enough. So if it makes sense for me to do that, maybe I should continue doing it. If the gang stalkers want me to do it, I'm not going to do it because they want me to do it. It makes sense for me to have that response, but if they're not being rewarded for it, Sure, why not make why not make videos if it helps the cause? So hopefully that explains that. And I really should, like, if I could keep my language under control, that's great. I need to do that. Because like I should just not make videos simply because like I said, and I think it was the video I posted maybe 2 or 3 days ago, the language starts getting out of control when I'm upset. Okay. Anyhow, with that said, let me go ahead and close now.